There you go. Here we are with another episode of Talking Sports with the Legend. Tonight's guest is Courtney Niemiec.
Thanks for doing this for me.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
Welcome. Where did you go? What neighborhood did you grow up in?
Brownsburg.
Bridesburg.
Yep.
What other sports? What sports did you play as a kid?
So growing up, I have two older brothers. The one solo little girl in my family, so I always played sports with them. I followed around with whatever they were playing at the time. So I mean, in high school, I played softball, soccer, lacrosse, basketball. Growing up, I played any sport you can imagine. They would throw me in net for hockey. They would put pads on me for football, whatever it would to make my brothers better. I played pretty much all of them.
So you're the youngest?
Yep.
There you go, Steve. The youngest is always the best athlete.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. That they can test for that too.
That's right. I was the youngest of four boys. Go ahead, Stevie.
Did you always want to go to Little Flower?
It was between Little Flower and Penn Charter. It was up in the air, but once I visited Little Flower, it felt like home to me. And it was the same thing with college. I mean, you get that gut feeling in your stomach, and you know where home is. And it was one of the best 4 years of my life. And that's where I met all my lifelong friends at, and until this day, they're my best friends.
Did you win any awards or championships
In high school?
in high school?
Yeah, in high school we won. I think it was my freshman year. We won the championship, and then we always got to the semis and quarters, but we didn't win it ever since my freshman year. And then we just got first team all Catholic, second team all Catholic for soccer and lacrosse during my high school years.
Wow. You played all four sports at Little Flower?
No, I only played soccer for 4 years. I played basketball for 2 and lacrosse for 4.
Only? Jeez and crackers.
Yeah, they didn't like that I was a soccer player as well, because I played soccer all year round. So it was getting mixed up with playing basketball for high school. So I had to pick one or the other.
What positions you play in soccer? What positions you play in soccer?
What position did you play?
So growing up, I played a center midi. For high school, I went in and played forward. For college, I was a center midi, but then they transitioned me into a defender. And then when I went pro, I was a defender as well.
Did you get drafted, or did you go in as a free agent?
So I didn't get drafted. I was invited to Portland Thorns preseason as well as Sky Blue preseason. And a month later, I went to the Portland Thorns preseason, and then in April, I signed a contract.
Awesome.
Did you ever get to try out for the U.S. national team?
Never got to try out. You have to be invited from. You pretty much have to be invited from others or from coaches. You have to be recognized to be invited to the trials and preseasons.
Talk about college career. Her college career, yeah. Talk about her college career.
What about your college career? Did you guys win any championships?
Yep, my sophomore year, we didn't win our championship, but we had one of the longest unbeaten streaks. We went 12 games without getting a goal against and undefeated. And then junior year, we ended up winning the championship. And senior year, we ended up winning championship as well as the regular season championship. And while I was coaching for LaSalle, we ended up winning the championship in 2017 as well.
Cool. Were you at LaSalle at the same time as John McCarthy?
Yep. Me and John McCarthy are in the same class. He actually dates one of my teammates, is married to one of my teammates now. Yeah.
Good way to pick up on that correction.
Yeah.
In case anybody knows John's married out there.
Yeah. Yep.
Steven got a chance to meet John down at the union practice.
Yeah.
and he
You
was
know, we would have stayed. No,
what?
we would have stayed watching on.
We were there
Netflix.
watching somebody else, but he came
Yeah.
up and he knew he was friends with Steven on Instagram, right?
Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, I think he's in California now because he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
down in LA or he was in
Orlando.
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Orlando, and then I think he just got invited to California.
Oh, yeah.
LAFC, right, Steve?
Yep. Yep.
So
Yeah, maybe he could be next on air.
yeah, the NCAA for LaSalle. How far did you guys get in the NCAA tournament?
So every time we've only gotten to the first game. I think during my years we got into the NCAA 3 times. I mean, it's big even getting into the NCAA, being in the Atlantic 10 conference and the conference that we're at. So that's already an accomplishment for us. We always want to get there. So we play big teams such as Rutgers, UConn, teams like that. And because we want to challenge our kids. I mean, we played Penn State this year. We got our team handed to us, but I mean, it's good because now these kids know what their competition is like and they get to see them ahead of time, and it's good for them.
What year did they start, like the program start really turning around? Was it when you were there or before you got there?
Yep, it was my freshman year. My freshman year, I think our class was big. It was I think we had 3 or 4 starters at the time that would play, and the sophomore year, as soon as things 2000 and I went in 2011, 2012 is when things changed around. And I think the 2012 team was by far one of the best teams LaSalle had, just from, I mean, it was only my sophomore year, but just from the 5th year seniors all the way down to the freshmen, it was pretty incredible. I think even those freshman kids that came in 2011, I think they're the winningest class that LaSalle had. So I think having them come in and make a huge impact, that was by far the best year LaSalle has had in history. And that started everything from 2013 winning championship, 2014 winning, and so on.
That's great. What year did you make varsity at Little Flower?
My freshman year, and that's when we won. That's when they won a championship. I think it was in PKs at Ryan, against Ryan.
No, I think somebody we know might have been there for that one, huh? No,
Mm-mm.
not yet. Oh yeah, he wasn't a big Ryan supporter yet. He wears that little flower shirt, but anymore Ryan's the school, right, Steve?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, he bets his mom and his sister and his mom's friend. They all went to Little Flower every time they play each other, right?
Yeah. Little Flower, we got to stay together.
Yeah, well, Steven, that's his second favorite, on the girl side, right, Steve?
But no, they produce a good team. I mean, I love playing against them. I love watching that. At the time I didn't like playing against them because they were a good team. But now looking back, I'm like, geez, they're really coached well.
Tell me about your NWSL career.
So yeah, I was in 2014. I got invited to the preseason. I left school in February. I packed my bags, talked to all my teachers, asked them if I could just graduate on time and still do all the work over in Portland, Oregon, and they allowed that. And I told them I was going to pursue my dreams to become a professional soccer player. So in April, 2 months later, I signed my contract. I was with Portland Thorns. I was a rookie, undrafted, and I was starting every game, playing right back. I was with the Thorns for 2 years. And then I ended up getting waived by the Thorns and then picked up by the same coach to go to Western New York Flash, where we ended up winning the national championship, which was pretty crazy because going from pretty much the best club in the NWSL to one of the lowest clubs in the NWSL, and we ended up winning with one of the lowest clubs, but it was just more so because of the team we had. And then I finished it up with going to North Carolina. We ended up winning the championship, and our GM sold us to North Carolina, and we went to Raleigh, North Carolina, and I played for the Carriage for my final year.
Awesome. So 4 years, huh?
Yep.
It sounds like you had a pretty successful career too, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty good winning the championship in 2017. I thought I was done then, but not 2017, 2015. I thought I was done because we hit the tip of the iceberg. That's everything you play for. But then going to North Carolina, I was like, crap. I was like, why not experience another year? But then that's when the assistant job opened here at LaSalle during that tenure at North Carolina. So I was like, figure out my long-term goals. And that's when I stopped playing professionally and pursue my career back at my alma mater at LaSalle.
That's awesome.
How cool is it to play like against some of the best professional soccer players?
It's actually it was incredible. It's speechless at a time because I remember one instance when I was still a rookie. It was I always call it my freshman year. I don't know why. My first year playing pro. I walked into a bar restaurant, and at the time I was like, oh my God, there's Abby Wambach. I got my phone out and I was like taking a video because I was just so starstruck. And then next thing I know, I was going and sitting down next to her, and it's just you don't like. It's cool that it's Women in Sports Day today because I just posted a picture of us, and it's cool because you never see yourself on the same stage as them. And I mean, I'm as humble as I could be, but that's why all these little kids, I always want to inspire them for the next generation and lay the foundation knowing that they can do it and they can be where I was. Because I mean, as starstruck, still, it's great knowing that I was playing against some of the greatest player of the world, and even being friends with some of them was just, that's a blessing in disguise. And I think out of everything, that's one of the greatest things that I take from playing a game.
That's great, man. You got a chance to get some great ones, man. Tell her who was the first one, your first interview, Steve. Tell her.
Courtney Niemiec.
I seen that. So I'm really good friends with Jill Keehan at Holy Family. So Carly is one of my favorite soccer players.
Mm-hmm.
And in college, I trained with her when she was when she was trying to go back to the national team camp and everything like that, when it was their off season. And I noticed that she was one of my favorite players because this was their downtime, and she was running fitness tests every day. She was still trying to be better every day, even though she should have been resting, but she doesn't know what resting means. And that's why I think she's one of the best. I mean, that's obviously why she was one of the best and still is is a legend to me. But that's a blessing that you got to interview her, because that was, and meet her. I seen that you met her as well.
Yeah. One of your other friends helped out with that one, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Who was her friend? Tell her.
Oh, Mary Kate Morris.
Mary Kate, yeah. I play soccer with Mary Kate.
Mary Kate's a great girl. Yeah, she grew up.
That she is.
Yeah, her parents and all grew up in there, or her uncles grew up in our neighborhood over, and we called it, West Kensington, upper West Kensington, where we came from.
Yeah. No, yeah, she's a great person.
That's great, Steve.
Got to keep her around.
Yeah, she's a great girl. Great girl.
Yeah.
He met a lot of great people up at Holy Family.
Yeah, a lot of my friends went there. I mean, they're all great people. I mean, and that's what's so good about sports, and that's what's so good about soccer. I mean, we all know mutual friends just because of soccer, which is great.
So you're assistant coach now at LaSalle?
Yep, I've been there 5.5 years at LaSalle.
How's the team look for next year?
Good. We got a lot of young kids. I think we just lost 6 seniors, but it was pretty much learning this year because with COVID year, we weren't really allowed to do much with the team. We were in pods. So we technically had 17 freshmen this year because we brought in 10 and 7 of them were from last year. So this will be the first full year for our whole entire team that they can actually have a whole college soccer year under their belt, because only one of them on the team right now actually has a full year under their belt.
Wow.
And she's a 5th-year senior. So our kids are young, and I mean, this is probably one of the best soccer playing teams that we've had.
That's great. We're gonna go out and see one of her games, right, Steve?
Yeah, you guys play Richmond?
Richmond, they're in our conference actually.
Yeah, Steven knows a girl on their team from she went to Chestnut Hill Springside.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
JoJo McShane.
Oh, yeah, JoJo. Yeah, we were recruiting JoJo as well. She played for FC Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually played Richmond last year home, so maybe next year is usually away.
Yeah, we did. We interviewed her before she when she was finishing up high school.
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we'll try to catch that game. Do you play him? Do you play him at LaSalle this year? Do you know? Or you?
They're finalizing, they're switching our schedule because Loyola Chicago, no, Loyola Chicago is joining our conference this year.
Oh, cool.
So they don't join until July. So once that official, they have to edit our schedule now. But I assume we should be playing them away at Richmond since we just played them home this year.
Oh, well,
So
maybe.
yeah, but I mean, once we figure it out, like if it is home, I'll let you guys know.
Even if not, maybe we could take a road trip, Steve. Right?
Mhm.
He's always up for a road trip, right, Steve?
Yeah, to watch soccer, why not?
Oh, he loves it.
And the next two questions I have: if you could have dinner with 3 professional athletes, who would they be and why?
Man, that's a tough question. 3 professional athletes. Well, funny thing, I met Rob Gronkowski. I met him and actually hung out with him and partied with him.
No way.
As crazy as he is on the field, that's exactly how he is off the field. I guess professional athletes, I would have to go with, I mean, soccer players, Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
I know he's a Liverpool guy, but was a Liverpool guy. I would probably do Steven Gerrard. Probably Tom Brady because of his successful career that he has. Man, that's 2. I don't know my third one. You stunned me, Steve.
No girl soccer player? Come on. Women's soccer player. It's Women's Day, man. Come on.
I had a lot of I was trying to think of the gymnastics because I think Simone Biles is unbelievable.
There you go. How about
Because
Mia Hamm? Did you ever meet Mia Hamm?
Oh, actually, there you go. That's actually a great one. I wasn't even I was thinking more of the future. No, that would be a great one because I did meet Abby. I met Mia Hamm actually would want to sit down with her because she pretty much laid the groundwork for all of us, to be honest.
Yeah.
Her and Brandy Chastain, that whole 1992 team.
I loved watching them, and that's why one of the things I think he got involved in the girls soccer. He just started liking it, and we went to Colonel Doherty. He asked to help out with the girls team. I didn't really know the coach at the time, the guys coach, but he a lot of the girls volunteered at their school to be buddies with Steven. So he gravitated to the girls, and I never blamed him. I said, that's what the guy I like to do when I was in high school too, right, Steve? Hang out with the girls.
Yeah.
So he helped out the girls soccer team at Doherty, and then next thing you know, he started helping out at Holy Family. This will be his 11th season this year.
Jeez.
Yeah, they won 100
Man,
games. Him, Jill, and her and Jerry.
Yeah.
I
I've seen
Jerry,
that.
right?
Jerry used to coach me at Little Flower.
I'm sure
Yep.
Jerry takes all the credit for you going to the NWSL, right, Steve?
Always.
And the last question, do you have any tips for anybody who wants to play professional or coach?
Yep. So I mean, as a professional, I would just keep on chasing your dream. Even like we have these seniors now, they want to go right into the working world, and I tell them all the time not to. I said, if you have the chance to travel the world and go play soccer, do it. Even if it's for not a lot of money, do it. Get that experience. You don't want to be a real life person yet. You're too young, and me is to just get that motivation and just believe in yourself and work on yourself. And if you really want to do it, you'll become it. And as a coach, I didn't know I wanted to be a coach until my last year playing, when I was transitioning into a player to a coach, and being able to do that. Now I have the passion to teach my team and my kids to be the best that they can be every day, just using soccer as a byproduct.
Thanks for doing this for me.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on. I enjoyed it.
That was some great advice, and you're one of the first ones that I heard say that. And I try to tell everybody the same thing when I meet them. if they're a high school or college basketball player, and I say, go overseas, people, they do it, come to our country to play, sports. So why not go to their country? And same thing with soccer. It's all over the world, man. Like you said, who cares how much money you're getting paid? You're getting paid to play a game, right, Steve?
Yep.
Steven would play for free, right, Steve?
Yeah, we in my first couple of years, we weren't getting paid much, but it was just more so just playing a game you love and being around people and meeting new people. I met people all over the world. Like I was kids from New Zealand, Brazil, Iceland, Belgium, and it's cool. Like they come over here to play soccer because we're the best in the world now, and they want to be like us, and they want to learn the game that we play and everything like that. But yeah, travel as much as you can. Do as much as you can, meet as many people as you can. You don't want to work your life away. That's definitely, you don't want to jump right in and do that.
And a lot of
be around the game as long as you can.
Yeah, well, these kids are coming from other countries, like, and playing soccer here. Like the kid from the Union, the big guy, Jack Elliott. He came from England and he went 4-year college here, and then he gets drafted in the the American League, and he's doing well for himself. I mean,
that's what we recruit kids from Australia. We recruit kids from where else? Norway to come and play at LaSalle. To give them that culture, and even to give our team that culture change. Learn about different people, different styles of play.
I had a customer that was in LaSalle, just a student, and he went to Germany for the what do you call that? Study abroad. And I met a woman that was on LaSalle's lacrosse team from Australia. You might know her. She may be around your age. She went there I probably met her like 10 years ago. And she was the most awesome person I ever met. And I think now she's coaching there. Lacrosse,
really?
the women's lacrosse team.
Really?
Yeah, she was from Australia. She was
that's cool.
Yeah, really cool. And that's why I tell these, Steven, a couple girls from Holy Family tried it, right, Steve? The one girl went overseas, right?
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So Steven's got that under his belt now. He tells people he coached girls who played pro soccer, right, Steve?
Exactly. Look at you. Yeah. And keep on motivating them to do it.
That's a question before you go. Are you the only girl that ever, or woman that played in the NWSL from the Philadelphia area?
Philadelphia area. I was at the time, like when it first happened. But then we had a kid from LaSalle played for a little bit, but she was from Jersey. The kid Maddie Evans from Glen Mills. I mean, that's pretty much.
Yeah, it's close.
I call that Glen Mills, Philly area. I mean, she went to Penn State. So yeah, she was actually a year before me. And weird thing is we knew of each other at the time, never met each other, but here we are coaching at Penn Fusion, the same club, years later.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's small world. It comes full circle in the end. But yeah, I'm not too sure if anyone in the Philly area now is playing in the NWSL. I know a couple of kids from LaSalle are playing overseas.
Maybe now that you're there and you're got your influence on them, you can give them tips to get to the NWSL.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm glad they survived.
My goal for them.
I'm glad they survived. We need a team in Philadelphia, right, Steve?
Yeah.
You got to start.
You're right. It's hard.
Yeah, we went out to see them when they were when they were playing in Villanova.
The Charge, right?
Yeah,
the Charge. Oh my God, I used to watch them.
Yeah, we went out to Villanova. Yeah. Steven got tickets through Special Olympics, and we went out. I drove him out, and a couple of my friends were there. We didn't even know they were going to. They were never showing up.
Was on the team.
What's that?
Hope Solo.
Hope Solo. Yeah, that's the game we went to see. Yeah.
Actually, the head coach. Yeah, the head coach of LaSalle was their goalkeeper coach at the time of the Philadelphia Charge, and he played for the Kicks as well.
Get out.
We used to go to the Kicks games. We used to go to Philly Charge games. I miss the Kicks games. Paul Royal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much once again, Courtney. You've been a great guest, and we were so happy you decided to come on. Thank you very much.
No, thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
Take care.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Good job, Steve.